So this has been the vibe today in the past few days. This is you just said Akna Konku Karaba. I just love her. She's amazing. So this is I call it lockdown Christmas Eve. What you can do while you're locked down to have fun and also do your work and do your own thing, but there's gonna be a lot of this. Hey, you're sitting down. Yeah, and you get up. And those people who are doing social media, you gotta like implement some fun in there. You gotta move it around. And yeah, that's probably has kept his body too, yoga and meditation. Yeah, you just gotta keep moving. Gotta. Also, there's another way where you can kind of screw around the algorithm. You don't have to do what they say that you should do, what time you should pose and whatever. It's another way to control you. You can do whatever you want. Just use it strategically. Like me, recently, this is my goal for this year is climate change awareness in a creative, fun way through adversity. And I'm inviting you to do it too. Right? You're trying to control us. You're trying to use all these social medias to predict what we're doing. So we're just going to do what they're not predicting. Get it? That's what all creators, all of us go against the status quo. And now we're going to show you how. Hey. Okay, so I wrote this down so I don't forget it. It's on the podcast too, so go ahead and subscribe. I'll be posting more podcasts there. Let me lower this. Yeah, she's a queen. Like, go ahead and follow her on YouTube. Karaba DJ. She is a goddess, seriously, and she will inspire you to move it around, flip it around, with some positivity. So if you go on the podcast, I talk more about humanity, greed, and how some sort of way to balance that we can actually tackle climate change, especially also, working on our consciousness as part of climate change. So that's something that I go a little bit deeper on the podcast. So I invite you to go ahead, like, subscribe, that I've been finding. But other than that, thank you so much for also supporting here. This channel will also be a way to continue the education, continue creating impact videos and blogs through this lockdown. So any support, but basically it will be a channel where I explained before is about climate change, sustainability, and using creativity through adversity. As I'm a writer and scientist and storyteller and social media unicorn. So that's something I'll be bringing my lessons and struggles and mistakes and adversity, things that I've been through to, lessons share to you. So thank you for subscribing. Other than that, so yeah, today little video that I wanted to give you. Other than that, also there's 2 blogs I'm putting in here, but also live already published today on Christmas Day. So another thing. Happy holidays! Merry Christmas to those who celebrate. Those who are not celebrating, that's okay too. Have fun. It's a day to where things are reborn, miracles, and things can happen. I've been thinking that while I'm doing this work, it's crazy is that I'm also a light worker and I do angel card readings. So later I'm gonna create another post on YouTube, and it's going to be on IG as well, of angel card reading for this Christmas Eve. So yeah, as being guided to give you guys this message. So those who actually hear this message, hear the message, or hear through here, it's actually for you, so that you can help you through these weeks and until the next, before we hit the next year. So yeah, other than that, yes, the conjunction happened not long ago. Saturn and Jupiter conjunction happened, and that's another celestial and amazing event that happened. And I'm so glad that, you know, for the first time in the whole year, which is crazy that I got to realize that I got to sleep in with my girls, and I woke up and I was like, oh my god, it's the first time I had to sleep in, like what's going on, like what? And yeah, and it definitely created this, you know, reflection and things that we gotta work on, and I gotta work on in terms of my working and things that I was doing. So definitely a reflection time that happened, and especially also if you felt that energy, high energy that happened, and then you felt low energy. So does any of you been feeling this? Leave me in the comments if you've been feeling sort of like really high energy one day, and then the other day you feel this really low and not sure what to, you know, what's going on and stuff like that. Yeah, let me know if you're feeling it too, because I went through a few things that I'm gonna say here, so stick around, and that has helped through this energies kind of wave, okay? And I guess it helped that I was a surfer, so kind of like you understand the waves, you know, you kind of, when you're in the board, and it's kind of similar with emotions, if that makes sense. I've been doing that, it helps. So number one is meditate right away. Absolutely meditate as soon as, you know, you feel this heavy thing coming, you know, meditate. I also go through the podcast, the same thing, but I just wanted to let you know here to YouTube, because why not? Dance or move out, where are you feeling it? So wherever you're feeling this kind of annoying thing, go right away and dance it around. So that's what we're gonna do. So if you're doing some kind of funky while you're watching this and you feel like not going, yes, we're gonna take 2 minutes of this video. You gotta dance. You gotta move it around wherever you're feeling, wherever it is. Like sometimes it happens to anxiety people with depression. My people, I hear you. I love you. I see you. All those in the community, writers yet. And my IG. I see you. You're doing good. Ha ha ha. Wololo, ha ha. Wololo, ha ha ha. Definitely not taking credit for any of the music. This is Caraba, DJ set. Really took here to Command Blessing and more. She's a queen. All credits to her. And she's from here, from Montreal. So I hope that this Christmas Eve, for some of you if you're working, that you're taking like 5 to 10 minutes to move it around. thankful that you're alive, that you're in this earth, no matter where you are. Thank that beautiful body of yours. Yeah, if my people from my country hear me say, creating videos of a culo, sorry mi gente. Yeah. It's alright, culo. Yeah. Deeper and see what's going on internally. So whatever is going on within you, ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? Why is this happening? And try to like stop whatever you're doing, let go of your phone, let go of anything, and like really focus on why is it that I'm feeling this way. For anybody who works through social media, influencers and people who are on social media all the time, whenever you feel this antsy feeling and depressive feeling coming more often than usually not supposed to through whenever you have your phone with you, pay attention to that. It's because your soul and your body are actually giving you warning signs that you're doing things that you're not supposed to be doing. And you know what's up. So yeah, I'm guilty of that too, because I know that there are things that I should be doing that I shouldn't be doing, but I end up doing, and I'm part of us. That's why I'm coming from experience and sharing to you where listening to my body has been vital, especially during these times, through grief, really harsh up things that happened through all this year, and all the things that I have to go through and realize, and then come into terms like, okay, let's see what we can do and how we can change our behavior or perspective, and then help others at the same time. So it's been a learning experience. Years ago. To all my color women out there who are waking up and realizing about how fucked up it is, and how our color and authenticity threatens the system, threatens everything that these white supremacists and capitalist systems have been built. And you're still out there giving your go and doing all you gotta do. Props to you. Yes. Now come join. Come join the sustainability, and all women of color, Amazons, indigenous women who are in social media right now doing what they gotta do. But not just only using social media as just, you gotta do the work outside of social media, which for some obviously is super hard, especially we're in a world pandemic, and we have to be locked up and stuff like that. But there's ways that you can use your influence strategically. I'm doing it right now. My own way though. You have to do your own way. You can't just it has to portray you. Like I'm like this Dominican girl who loves doing creativity and photography and things like that, and writing is like, woof. I love writing and research, and I get really annoyed when things are put down, like research and data and things like that, and I censor. That's really what the end of this year for me has been like. Wow, really? You went there? Realizing how these corporation pharmaceuticals and all these things that we are so trusted in governments, that how untrustworthy, and how we're lab rats, all of us, including myself. Yeah. And now it's how we can manage through all of this while also dealing with these bullshit business models that are not benefiting anybody. They're actually killing people and just making the wealthiest more rich through a war pandemic. And that's the realization that we have to go through and sugar it up and pull all kinds of sprinkle and little things on Christmas to swallow that gigantic pill of living in an economy in a place like we are living. Every single one of us in the planet, by the way. It's not just like, oh, Yeah, Australia's out of the world pandemic. Yeah, well, they have other issues that they have to deal with too, like integrating humanity, people into society. It's not that easy, right? And also maintaining that way of not spreading the new COVID that is mutating right now. Nobody's safe from this. Nobody. We're just living through, and also nobody knows what's going on. We're just figuring it out as we go. And those who are figuring it out and doing what they can are trying to share what they learn as they go through things too. Okay? Nobody has a perfect go believe and everything is googie goody. And whoever is portraying that out there, that you're having this perfect life and perfect pictures on social media and all these crap about Christmas and next year and be hopeful and all this bullshit, you should check internally what's going on. You know? But I'm not here to judge. You know what I mean? Everyone's doing their own thing. We all trying to figure out how to do our own thing. And I'm just gonna keep spreading dancing, writing, creativity, anything that anybody needs. All my services are there. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep it real with you guys. And whoever doesn't like it, you don't need to be here. Bye. Real. That's what I want. Do you want real? I'm not for real. Outside of the metrics. Fuck the metrics. That too, building circular economy, where everything is a process, and the changing of consumerism, internalized capitalism, consumerism, big and braided into our system, plus social media shoving it into our throats every fucking day while we fucking take a shit or take a piss, right? Swallow that with a little bit of wine. So I'm gonna finish these vlogs, publish the podcast. It's gonna be released soon. But other than that, what else? I'm like going on. See, that's what happens with alcohol when you're drinking alcohol. I have to be kind to myself and my mind, okay? So, you know, this society is crazy and people are just strange. But we are humans, we're all connected, and we are all strange in some form or some way. It's just, it depends on what we are kind of groom in a way to feed, which side is that we should be feeding, if that makes sense, right? You're feeding the good or the bad, and the more bad you feed, the more that comes back to you, and then it keeps going the cycle, right? So you gotta balance those two, because they always come together. They never are separated. So it's whichever you work on to not be asshole, a real leech for the planet. Can you read what I'm saying? This probably not. Yeah, so be kind to your mind, because not everything that is going around in the system or everything that is happening right now is your fault. Let that sink in. It's not your fault. Poverty, dealing with hunger and all these things, it's not your fault. You just don't fit in the category of the capitalist system that it's, you know, also an example is our EI applications and help from the government. It doesn't fit all boxes, does it? Not everybody's eligible. And not eligible for full amount. Some of it could be like just cut out completely and not have much really. And be taxed on top of that. And that's a normal thing, right? Yes, that is the epiphany of in crazy capitalism and greed into one, you know, working together. Profit over everything, even health. Everything. Yeah, just understand that imperfections are part of our DNA. We are imperfect beings, mutated. Also, like the disease is mutating. Of course, it's gonna mutate. It's a living organism that has its own way of doing things. And unfortunately, that is killing a lot of people, right? And hopefully this vaccine is going to be what people are expecting to be. Results are still not really confirmed. Everyone is trials right now. So yeah, just pray for everybody. Something that I talk about in my blog. Read some books, do some self-care, but especially pray for those who are in need. Pray. It's very powerful when you pray. It doesn't matter if whoever, God or universe, entity, divine, Holy Spirit, anything that, gets you back into awareness and presence of who you are and what you're here for. We all know. We've just been conditioned not to. But if you really, really look home within and look inside, who are you really? Outside of social media, outside of family or friends or people seeing you. Yeah, that's asking the hard questions that even for me, it's like really hard. Ooh, look at you talking all sensitive and self-care and self-taught. Me too, I got work to do. Been doing it. Trust me, it's not pretty. There's a lot of crying, there's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. But hey, you can come out a little bit out of it with a little sense of like, wow, cool, I learned that. Hey, I accomplished that. Oh my God, I did that. And it's just little micro wins that, I don't know, are worth more than anything. So that's what inner work is. And it's really good if you do it. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Thank you for reading the blogs. Thank you for being here. Leave me in the comments if you have any other questions or any other topics that you would like to hear. I hope this was helpful. Thank you for liking and sharing and subscribing. And yeah, it just helps this community to grow and helps keep the vibe going, creativity going. Also, I have really good news. The website is almost finished, which I'm really excited. Figure out a lot of coding, but that's something that I can say, hey, 2020, it was hard, but it wasn't so bad because I designed my own website. Oh, sorry, that's just an accomplishment that, it just feels good to do. And did a bunch of courses and did a bunch of things, Being smart with your time pays off. That's what pays off. Not just I don't know, whatever people are saying that pays off. Working. Yeah, you can work, but you have to be strategic with your time, It's not all working. And trust me, I'm learning this, like my daughter's teaching me this, like the way. Seriously. Oh, we paint together. She's telling me not everything is work. There has to be some play in between. And she's right. Children are right. We should listen. Let go of the ego and I know better, I'm a scientist, I'm a this, I'm a professor, I'm a PhD, blah, 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 blah. This entitlement that teachers and educators give themselves. Well, also they do atrocities to the children too, huh? Most of the children traumas that happened not only comes from parents, by the way. So let that sink in. And I know that a lot of people of color, especially women, went through a lot of crap in high school and schools, right? We don't talk about it because you're just complaining, right? Like, oh, you're just a black girl, color girl, like just, you're strong, you can deal with it, right? It's expected that we have to dig it and swallow it up. Injustice with teachers. That is for another podcast and another conversation. But for now, have a great Christmas. Merry Christmas. I'm gonna go after I finish this, watch a little Christmas movie, and then have a good time with my family tomorrow. I hope you have a good time. I hope you enjoy with your family, and just share those precious moments, because they don't pass by very often. Okay, be kind to your planet, to you and others.